morning, gentlemen. Today, I, Shaurya would be talking on the topic of OPEC, that is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. It is a permanent organization which was formed in 1960s. As of now, its headquarters are in Austria, that is Vienna. But from 1960 to 1965, its headquarters were in Switzerland, Geneva. In 1965, countries, that is Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela, came together to form this organization. As of now, it has increased to 14 members, including the Republic of Congo, Angola, Ecuador, Guinea, and more. Now, from the name, we can make out that this is an organization which tends to look into the oil prices of the world. These are the countries which try to maintain a stable price of oil throughout the world so that the economies cannot be affected, and economies of both purchasing and that of exporting countries shall not be fluctuated. As of now, there has been an issue between Russia and OPEC. Russia has refused to lower down the prices of oil after the pandemic, which has created an acrimony between both of these huge oil exporting organization and country. As of now, OPEC plus countries are those non-OPEC members who are exporting crude oil. That includes USA, Norway, and Russia. As of now, after the pandemic in 2020, the consumption of oil throughout the world per day was around 10.5 million barrels. For your comparison, one barrel is equal to 160 liters. Pre-COVID, the global consumption was around 100 million barrels per day, which has significantly reduced, as we can see from the figures. Now, the impact on India, the impact on Asia would be large because we have the South China Sea, and the Indian Ocean. Through South China Sea, before the pandemic, 115 million barrels of oil. Also, the South China Sea provides an economic benefit to India, as before the pandemic, around 15 million barrels of oil used to pass through it, and $3.14 trillion worth of maritime goods used to pass through it. That is 21% of the world trade. India should look into the matter and turn the tables into our advantage. Also, India, being a country which imports 80% of its oil needs, should really look into the issue. And at the very same time, the government of India has outlined and laid out a national plan that would contain our carbon footprints. It has also been taken under this national plan that we shall hike our oil refinery capacity from 250 million barrels to 400 million barrels. I think this is a quite welcoming step that would help India to reduce the dependency on the capacity, on the storage facilities provided by the private players. Thank you.
A very good afternoon, friends. My today's lecture topic is OPEC. So OPEC stands for Organizations of Petroleum Exporting Countries. It is the group of 13 of the world's largest oil exporting countries. It is founded in the year 1960s with the aim of coordinate the petroleum policies among its member nations, and also to give them the we can say technical and financial aid. Now, the headquarters of the OPEC is situated in the Vienna, Austria. The main objective of the OPEC is to regulate the fair and stable price in the world market. As I told you, it was founded in the year 1960 during the Baghdad conference, as Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi, and Venezuela as one of the founding members. Now, this OPEC comprises 45% of the global exporting of crude oil. And actually, they basically set a quota of exploration of oil, like 3 million barrel per day. And likewise, they regulate the price in the market. But from the few years, we have seen that many countries left this OPEC. Like in 2019 Jan, we have seen that Qatar left the OPEC, and this year, 2020 Jan, we have seen that Ecuador left the OPEC. So this seriously put a question mark on the credibility of the OPEC. Now, the OPEC was, we can say, strong during the 1970s, 80s, or during the 90s, but with the emerging of USA, Russia, China, Canada, Australia as major oil exporting producing countries, so it really give a tough competition to the OPEC countries. Now, recently we have seen, even we can say that Russia did many agreement with the OPEC countries, especially with Saudi, to regulate the oil prices in the market. And as a result, we have seen last year the Saudi-Russia price war, crude oil price war, which results into fall down of the crude oil price war up to $20 per barrel. Now, friends, we know that Saudi dominate the OPEC countries. As far as India is concerned, we are having a very good relations with the OPEC country, like Iran, Iraq, Saudi, we can say Qatar and UAE, Kuwait and UAE. We have recently seen that because of the India's protest, the OPEC countries had decided to keep unchanged the price in the Asia of the crude oil. That really shows India's best foreign policy. Finally, gentlemen, I would like to conclude my lecture by saying we know that these countries like USA, Canada, Russia, China, these are not the OPEC countries, and the OPEC countries are nowadays. In the future, we will see there will be a great competitions in the of oil in the market, but India will definitely get a benefit from it, whatever will be the dominance in the market. Thank you very much.